Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a trying new makeup. You can see from the thumbnail we have a ton of new stuff. If you watched my purchase or pass video, I was uncertain about this palette, but you know what? You guys convinced me and we're gonna be doing a look with the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette today. It is so pretty in person. So thank you guys for convincing. I haven't even swatched it yet. We have Fenty, Rare Beauty, Nars, M Cosmetics, Tower 28. We have a lot of stuff to go through in this video. A ton of new products, things I've tried, things that are brand new to this video, so I cannot wait to do my makeup. Have no idea what this look is gonna turn into, so let's get started on this trying new makeup. Usually I have my brows done, but we have a couple products to test out here. I have the Refi brow pencil. I have used this before. I got this shade medium brown. I remember really liking the pencil. Sephora had a buy one, get one 50% off, so I ended up picking a few more Refi up. And then I was gonna use that with this Bay brow styling wax. I have used this before, and I like this because you don't have to activate it with any sort of spray. And I've tried the e.l.f., I've tried the Anastasia, and I actually like this one the best out of all these kind of brow wax products like this. They also sent me their brush to go with it, so I'm just going to use that to comb through my brows and just put a little bit of product. I like that it's not colored and it's clear, but it also doesn't leave a film, because some of the ones that are clear still leave some sort of film in the brows. And then I haven't been liking my brows as fluffy, so I just go across the top and that just makes it as thin as I want. And then I have the shape and then I know where I need to fill in. Just a really easy product to use. So I have been enjoying this compared to other ones. This compared to the Got2b, which I use, just makes it look a little bit more natural, because sometimes that product can make them really shiny. I don't find my brow hairs are shiny with this product, which is really nice. This is my I Need Work brow, and this one is just fairly nice on its own. Going to quickly fill it in. I love how thin the Refi pencil is. Now that my brows and eyelids are prepped, I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Rose Metals palette. Taking a Rephr 01 brush, I'm gonna go in with the shade Ashes. I love what Anastasia has recently done with their palettes since Nouveau. Hoping this is the same quality. Love how big the pans are. I just think they're even better than the old formula. I love Anastasia shadows, but my favorite palette was Nouveau. Ashes is blending on really nicely. It's gonna gradually build up the shade. Oh, I see a little shimmer now. Love how this blended out. Looks really good. There is kick up in the pan. I'm used to that with the pigment of Anastasia shadows. You just barely need to tap in your brush. I love the gray and grungy tones in this palette. I feel like I have to use haze and a little bit of heavenly. That's kind of what stands out to me. Nova would also be an interesting look, and I feel like you could make a warm look with this palette too, but I love how grungy it is. Just taking a little bit of haze on a brush, and if I need to, I'm gonna go in with my finger. For the inner corner, I find it easier with a brush. You know what? I'm actually going to take that shade Nova. That caught my eye. This in the outer corner. Just with the same brush, just to deepen it up slightly. Just going to put a matte shade there, which I might still do, but I kind of want to mix these two colors right now. Just placing the color down first, and then we will go in and buff everything out. Adding a little bit of Ashes. Just gradually deepening up the look. I always like to start out light, just to see how deep I want to take the look. I used a dense brush for Heavenly, and it kind of dug into it a little bit, so gentle hand with these metallics. They're very, very soft. I'm just going to brighten up the inner corner with Heavenly. These are intense metallics, and I haven't even used my finger to apply these. I'm going to have to touch up the inner corner once I do my concealer. I'm going to do a wing liner, and I'm using the Stila Matte Stay All Day Matte Liquid Eyeliner. This actually won a Allure Beauty Award this year. I was compiling all the things that I have that won awards. I was considering doing a dedicated video to the Allure Awards. I used to do those. I wasn't sure this year, so let me know. I did gather products, and this was one of them. Figured I would use this today. I love a good matte liner, and I also love no hair in my eye. Usually with my eyeliner, I start kind of in the center of my pupil, halfway on my lid. Eyeliner is done, and I have these new lashes that Ardell sent over. They're the Texturized Perfectly Imperfect lashes. And I love how wispy these look. They just look nice and fluffy. They have layers for dimension, and they just don't look like a drugstore lash. This is the style of lash that I always gravitate towards. It's just so pretty on the eyes, and I thought it would be good for today's look. Here you can better see the fullness and fluffiness of the lashes. That's my favorite thing about pairs of lashes, is having that fluffy layer on it. I think makes more natural looking and prettier. Almost forgot to do my mascara, and this product I have been loving. I've tried this. I cannot believe I almost forgot to do this. I was about to put on my lashes, so they're gonna dry down a little bit too much probably. So we're gonna put on this mascara. It is the new one from Tower 28. This is incredible. I love this mascara, and I don't typically like one with a rubberized wand. I'm definitely going to be recommending this in the Sephora sale. That's how much I like it. It's taken the place of my Rare Beauty, which you guys know I absolutely love. But this one, there's something about it. It makes me look like I have more lashes, and they're fuller, longer, but it's the fact that it separates them so well. This comb is everything. So I am converted to this little scoop plasticky comb. Not even gonna curl my lashes. I feel like it's fine even without curling my lashes. And I forgot to say that this is black. Like, it is such a nice, deep, rich color. For me to like a plastic brush, there has to be something special about this formula. So highly recommend this. As I said, I've used this multiple times. This has been my everyday mascara. Now my mascara is wet and my lashes are about to dry, so this might not be the best case scenario. This makes my lashes so long, it's actually hard to put on falsies. Such a good mascara. This is like the perfect lash for me. Has that wispy quality to it, still very light and natural looking. I could wear these without any sort of eyeliner. They're just really nice and fluffy, but they don't feel heavy on the eyes. So really, really comfortable. They look good. Very happy with these. So far, loving the eyes, and I've noticed how much I really like how Haze and Nova blended into each other. Like, they just created the most beautiful combination. Very simple look. You could definitely make this more grungy. I love the colors of this and just how pretty it is. It's just a really pretty combination. Thank you guys for convincing me on the palette. Sometimes I just need a little push, and you guys know me quite well. I'm just going to prep the skin first. I have the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Eye and Face Base, which I love. I pretty much use this every single day. Now for my favorite part. I am obsessed, okay? I don't rave about products. However, this primer is the best I've ever tried. It should be more hyped up than it is. I just am hearing Steph and I talk about this. It's the new one from the Glowish line from Huda Beauty. It's the Blur Jam Silicone-Free Smoothing Primer. And when I tell you this smooths the skin, like, this is gonna smooth your skin. My skin has been having a freak out this time of the month, so this should be perfect to just cover kind of that texture that my skin is just not having it this month. This is the color of it. Looks like strawberry jam inside. Doesn't turn your face red. You can see just me applying moisturizer makes my face look a little red, so that's just how my skin looks when I touch it. So I'm going to be applying this. It won't be red though. Love that it's silicone free for us who have sensitivity to silicone, and this is actually hydrating because a lot of smoothing primers are a little bit mattifying, and for someone with dry skin like myself, I have texture here, but that it's also dry. So what do I do in that case? I can't really do anything. The smoothing just doesn't work if it's going to dry it out further. It's just going to be more textured, and it's just like a vicious cycle. However, this one is actually hydrating. You guys, I cannot get enough of this. My skin has never looked better with this underneath. When it comes back in stock, I'll alert my fellow Canadians, and if it's in stock in the US, you just need to get it, okay? This is for all you with textured skin, dry skin like me though, because I know a lot of pore primers can work for those with oily skin, but it has this beautiful cooling effect. It won't dehydrate the skin. It just, I cannot get enough. Rarely do I rave, okay? This is a rave product for me. So I have absolutely zero self-tan on right now, and I decided to go ahead and get the white shade in the House Labs technical name of this is Fair Neutral 000. I saw that they did this shade. I used to use MAC Face and Body, but I love the formula so much of this. I wanted to pick this up next as my mixer because I have all these foundations that I can't wear if I don't have a tan. I am going to create my custom shade. It's going to go over top of this primer. We're going to have some perfect skin after this. So I just need a little bit of each. See? Just going to mix it on the back of my hand. And for my first try, that's pretty close. Oh yeah. I'm going to put this on with the brush. Just wanted to make sure. I just love the consistency. And I had a question, does this formula change the formula in other foundations? And yes, it would. Because this is a very glowy, skincare-like foundation, medium coverage, but it's so glowy, I have to set this. So it does make all my other foundations, say if they're matte, more glowy. But this is supposed to improve your skin over time. I just love the ingredients in it. I love how it looks like on the skin, how it wears. Another rave product of mine, this is my current favorite foundation. Haus Labs did something special when they created this foundation. Like, I've tried a lot of good foundations lately, but this is truly special. If you self-tan like I do and want to get use out of those darker foundations, look no further. They create a really beautiful mixing shade. And if you're very fair, they create a shade that you can use. It's nice that they have such a wide range for their shades. So we have really pretty, glowy, medium coverage. Not full on full coverage. This is what I like for every day. I was gonna wait to use this in my Sephora collection video for you guys, but I'm gonna use it in this video too because I figure, you know what? My eyelash is falling off. Is my eyelash falling off? As I was saying, I was gonna use this Sephora Best Skin Ever concealer in that video, but I'm going to use it today. It is on the thicker side, so I'm just going to use a little bit, but it should blend into my eye concealer. And it's a nice shade for my natural skin tone and does a little bit of brightening. Anywhere where I need a little bit more coverage and brightness, just gonna add it there. To set my under eye and my face, I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury powder. I had to buy a new one of these. I was missing it so much, couldn't be without it. So I'm gonna press this underneath my eyes and then I'm gonna lightly set the rest of the face with a brush. Then to bronze up my skin, I've been back into my Fenty Beauty Matchstick, which is surprising because I liked this when I first got it. I wasn't in love with it. It is in the shade Mocha. I've just been applying it off of a brush and I really like the tone. Then I have the Reformulated Blushes from M Cosmetics, and this is in Rose Milk. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do. I kind of was leaning towards this lilac color a little bit. Just wasn't sure how that would look with the green tones. Just have a little bit on my hand. Very serum-like. Hoping this doesn't lift my foundation. Very healthy and hydrated looking. And then just blending it in with a brush, because I don't want that harsh line. I think the formula works nicely with this foundation. Kind of has that same glowy quality to it. Brought some life back to the cheeks. I like products like this because then I can totally skip highlight, which I have been. I tried highlight again the other day and my skin freaked out. Like, I have all these blemishes over here and redness because I tried using highlight. Then I have some new lip products to try. I'm going to start off with the Persona lip liner in Rosewood. I've not tried this formula before. Very creamy. So remind me of ColourPop pencils. Then I'm going to go in with this formula from Nars. It's called the Power Matte Lipstick. This shade is in Sweet Disposition. I love the shade No Angel. It's a beautiful brown tone. But I figure I wanted to try a different color and I just didn't want to do too brown with this look. This is very bright, this pink. I didn't think it was so bright. It's pretty, but it's vibrant. I was not expecting that. I wonder why. It swatched more muted on me, on my skin, but on my lips, it's like vibrant. Taking a little bit of my concealer, just popping that in the center, just to create some dimension. It's a super thin matte formula, but yes, these are drying. I can only wear this formula for one day and then my lips are My lips are dry. Love the colors. The formula would be so good because it's so thin and a nice matte formula. It just eats away at my lips. Already putting this on because I feel how matte it is. I recently got this from Sephora. It's the new lip oil from Fenty Skin. And this was out of stock for a while. And I can see why so many people like it. It is so glossy. It smells like cherry. I like a different version of cherry myself, but it's still pleasant smell. Nourishing, hydrating. I love a good lip oil. It has a very, very slight tint of color. This isn't as tinted as other lip oils I have. Very slight. It deepens my lip color a little bit. If you have darker pigmented lips, you might not notice a color anyways. Mine are fairly light. I can tell that it deepens it slightly with a little bit of a red tint, but nothing too noticeable. It's just the texture for me. It's really good. Just going to quickly finish off the eyes by taking a little bit of Ashes and running it along the lower lash line, just so it's not so bare. Then I'll go in with a little bit of mascara to finish off the lower lashes after I set my face. Then to set everything in place, I'm going to be using the Rare Beauty Setting Mist. This is a 4-in-1 mist. You're supposed to shake it really well. It's called Always an Optimist. And I've had really good success with Rare Beauty products. I kept hearing a lot of stuff about this particular mist, and I wanted to try it out. Let me not talk. I just sprayed that in my mouth. I don't care for the smell of this, but the formulation is really beautiful. I find it melts everything together really nicely, makes the skin look better. Obviously, I want to buy a spray that makes my makeup look better as opposed to worse. I just picked up the mini to test out, but I definitely would pick up the full size once I'm done that. So really enjoying it. I know a lot of people were recommending it to me. I was just hesitant to pick it up because I had already gone through the Milk Hydro Grip, Charlotte Tilbury, and I like, do I need another setting spray? But this one has been really nice and I can see why so many people like it. I'm just gonna let myself melt together, finish off my lower lashes with the mascara, come back and give you my final thoughts on the products. I am back. This is the completed look. We are glowing. Skin is looking like my skin, super fresh, not too heavy. You can see my skin through. It's like my perfect everyday skin for me. The eye look turned out really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about all the products. Also, I use this off camera on my hair. I usually use my Eco Gel, and I got this from Sephora. It's the Day Cactus Fruit 3-in-1 Styling Cream. I want to know if you've used this before. I love the smell of it, but I feel like it feels greasy. Like, I don't know. Like, it's supposed to give that slick look, but I just don't like the feel of it. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. I love the smell so much, though. But my Eco Gel is cheaper, and it doesn't feel like this. So I want to know your thoughts if you've tried that. That's a little side note if my hair looked greasy, because I don't know. Starting off with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Rose Metals palette. You guys convinced me that I needed to pick it up. I'm so glad I did. I love the color story of this. I think you can create some really pretty grungy looks. The metallics are intense, which I really, really like. They look intense on my eyes, and I didn't even use a finger, but I've seen other people use this, and they can definitely like go there. You can really go there with this palette. I would have loved to have seen a deeper brown, an even deeper brown included in this palette. I think that would have made it my perfect palette. But I love that this can be like a one and done sort of situation with the certain colors you can just throw on your lid and go. So I think that's fantastic about this. I'll probably be incorporating this palette with other palettes of mine. Just how I visually see this palette in my mind, I feel like I can really take it up with some other palettes. I am glad I picked this up. So thank you guys for convincing me. It is high quality, what I come to expect from Anastasia. Same in formulation to the Nouveau if you like that. That's still my favorite palette that Anastasia has done. I'm just in love with that, but this is a close second. Out of all the products here, besides the foundation, if you haven't tried that already, this is probably the #1 new product I feel like you need to try. If you have texture or porous skin, this is incredible. The Glowish Blur Jam, it just makes my skin so much better than it is. It really helps camouflage the things that I don't want to be standing out. Especially with some glowy foundations, I feel like it makes them more flattering on my skin. It makes things wear better and look better for the time that it's on my skin. It really does everything for me. This is my perfect primer, and when things like this happen, I'm always worried that something like this is going to be limited edition. So I hope a lot of you try this out and like it too, because I'm obsessed with this and I never want it to be discontinued. I hope it gets the hype it deserves, because really it does deserve it. The Rare Beauty Mist, it really does take the skin there. I can see why a lot of you like this. This is in between the Milk Hydro Grip and the Charlotte Tilbury. I feel like it's the perfect baby of those two. I wish I would have bought the full size now that I got the mini. So thank you guys for recommending this to me too. It's really, really great. And there is a little bit of oil, I feel like, in this, which really gives the skin that glow, which I really like. I feel like it melts everything together really nicely, especially for a foundation like this that I use, which I've already raved about, but I picked up the white one and just wanted to give it a little shout out. You already know my thoughts and love on this too, so many great products so far. But if you're looking for a good mixer, highly recommend this. It does change the formulation of your foundation, whatever you're mixing it into, but I feel like it's for the better because it makes everything more skin-like. That's what I really love about that foundation. The Sephora Biskin Ever Concealer, it's a good concealer, but it's not one that's going to be replacing my other concealers anytime soon. It does say it's full coverage, long wear, has a natural finish. I do feel like it's not on the full-on full coverage side. It's a little bit thicker, dries down a little fast. It still looks really good and natural underneath the eyes. So I do agree with that. Wears a good amount of time. It's just the coverage. I don't feel like it's full-on full coverage for that, which it claims to be. I feel like this is trying to be like the Too Faced, but it isn't quite there. Still a good concealer for the price. I would recommend picking up and giving it a try. I do like the foundation more than the concealer though. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm grabbing all my loves first. We have the Tower 28 mascara. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while because I've been using this every day. I used it for the first time in my vlog, if you guys would have seen that. And I've just been in love with this mascara. I can't say enough good things. It doesn't do anything bad for my eyes. It doesn't flake, smudge, smear. It gives tons of volume, separation. Overall, just makes it look like I have more lashes, which of course, I want. It is such a good one to check out. I never tried the old formula of the Cosmetics Serum blushes, but the new one is really nice and hydrating. I do need to apply a lot more of this product for it to show up. It's not like the pigmentation of a Rare Beauty blush, but it's not supposed to be. So you do have to build it up a little bit more, and it is way more hydrating. So it depends on kind of the formula you like, but I do like this too. I feel like it meshes well with the foundation I used today, so I thought it would be a perfect time to try it, and it does play really nicely with more skincare, light coverage foundations. The Fenty Skin lip oil, is it worth the hype? I'm not sure. There's other lip oils that I actually like more than this. I'm glad I picked it up. I'm gonna use it. I probably won't rebuy it because I love my Dior lip oils. So that's kind of my favorite lip oil. Oh yeah, and the Shein ones I think are almost exactly like this for a fraction of the price. So I would go that way myself, but it is a nice lip oil if you've been wanting to pick it up. It's good. The Persona lip pencils are really nice and creamy. I'm not sure how the wear is going to be, but right now, so far so good. The Refi eyebrow pencil, I tried this before, but just briefly wanted to talk about it. Love the color of it. It is on the warmer side, but I don't feel like it's too warm for my hair. I feel like it's the perfect color. I want to see this sort of tone in a brow blade type of thing. Like I love my NYX blades and that creates more hair-like strokes. This is a little bit more filled in than I do. I just wanted to try something different with my brows, but I really love the tone of it. And I used the Bay Brow wax with it, which I feel like gives a really natural look to the eyebrows. It's not so shiny or stuck or harsh. Very, very natural. So I think that looks really nice for like an everyday sort of makeup. Not that this is it, but I feel like my complexion and eyebrows are kind of like an everyday what I would like. The eyes are more dramatic, but the complexion is there, you know? The new Power Matte lipsticks from Nars, almost there for me. So close. I wish it just wouldn't dry out my lips so much. It is so thin. The colors are beautiful. It goes on so nicely. But since it's so thin, I feel like that's what's drying out my lips. I can only use these one day at a time. I can't go 2 days because my lips are going to start to get messed up. I'm using Sweet Disposition today, but I wanted to swatch No Angel for you. I wore this on Thanksgiving, and yes, in Canada, we already had our Thanksgiving. I always get a comment about that. I thought it was the perfect Thanksgiving color, perfect for fall. So I do really like the color. I just wish the formula wasn't so dry. And then the last thing I have here are the Ardell Texturized lashes. So pretty. I can see myself reaching for these a lot and repurchasing because they give the right amount of drama and flare, wispiness that is my preferred type of lash. Plus I can still see all my eyeshadow work, which is nice because they're not too heavy. So that perfect balance, I think they nailed it with those. And that, I believe, is everything for all that was new for this video. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video, for spending some time with me today. I feel like I talked a lot in this video and it's going to be a longer one. A lot of great products though to check out, and especially in time for the Sephora sale. So you might want to add some of these to your cart, but I will definitely be doing my recommendations and I plan on filming that next. So I'm either going to film that today if I can, tomorrow, and that will be coming very soon. Of course, I got you guys covered for that, but you can already know some of my recommendations in this video because I've been absolutely loving them. So thank you guys for your recommendations. Otherwise, I would not have picked up the eyeshadow palette. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys in my next video.